Back to Fantasy Star 3 Generations of Doom. And last time, remember, we made it through the Landing Cave. And the land in question that we are on is called Aquatica. So we are about to journey a bit to technically No Man's Land. And I do mean No Man's Land because where we are is basically that. Whoa. A town where we can heal. And thankfully, that town is right there. This is Rysel. I need to stop doing that. This is Rysel, stranger, a small fishing village. Or lack thereof, from what I'm saying here. Heal up. Yes. Oh god, yes. Yes, it is. It is. Thank you. So here in Rysel, they have a problem with the weather, as you said. As you see, it's just like Gazolius in 1 and 4. You know when in one area it's called Diesel in Phantasy Star 1, and the fourth and final game was called Gazolius. Same place. Same problem. Cold as hell until somebody actually fixes it. Hi, Rolf. How's it going? Time for us to upgrade to a steel armor. A hunting vest. Yeah. I'm gonna get her some force boots. And royal boots. Hey, about time we did something about our equipments. Trust me, it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make a lot of sense as to why I did this, because later on it will all make sense, okay? Take my word for it, it will all make sense. So we can actually give her an upgrade to her claws, so we might as well get 2 hunting claws. A hunting staff, a hunting shot, and a slicer. Yes, in the world of Phantasy Star there are boomerang weapons known as slicers or slashers. For those who don't know. Don't worry, our party will eventually grow. But for it to grow, we must grow stronger. Let's see what the problem is yet.
We're all suffering from hunger and severe cold.
Well, if it's any worse than Zolius, I feel bad for you already.
The deadly winter came upon us without warning. We can't fish in a sea of ice! We're starving! Please, help us before we all die!
You're not gonna die. That is why we're here. We'll eventually do something about it. Well, we might as well start changing. Steel armor, royal boot. Hunting vest. Force boot. And hunting claws. There you go. You can tell nobody's in this house. We minstrels know much of the ancient legends. My favorite is one that tells of our people fleeing a terribly evil thing called Dark Force. The legend says we are the last survivors of a race that sailed between the stars. So you guys aren't related to Captain Harlock then? Okay. Or maybe that guy from Galaxy Express 39? The kid who wanted so bad to be a cyborg. Well, I might as well buy some stuff, so give me a moment. Okay, now that I did a bit more grinding, we're going to cross this bridge, and we're going to another land. Now, believe it or not, there is a hidden set of stairs you couldn't see, but they're right here. And yes, this will take us to another part of the world. We can't do anything for these people now, but in time we will. Since we have better weapons now, well, we don't have to worry about these guys so much as we did the first time around. Besides, I made Mieu my item monkey. Oh, see, that's much better. That damage output is a whole lot better. So I looked at the map backwards because sometimes it's good to look backwards and forwards. So taking these guys out should be good as long as we don't get hit by magic. Because magic hurts like a bitch in this game. Unless you got some terrible magic like Gra working for you. I think it's safe to say that nobody understands the magic here in this world that is Phantasy Star. Nobody can understand this kind of magic. Like, oh hey, you understand what G-Res is, you understand what Res is, and you understand what not. It's like red. It's like how Final Fantasy is. You get a cure spell, and all you have to do is ja. That's all. Cure A, Cura, Curaga. That's 2. It used to be level 3, but it's now level 2. And now you got Curaja, which is 3. So mainly people would usually think, oh, well, isn't it? I said, no. If you really think about it. If you really think about it, you don't really count the base, because the base would be 0. So, like say for here with Phantasy Star, you got Res, Gires, and Nades. So it's always the base, which is, in this case, the base would be 1. Then when you get to Gi, that's 2, and Na be 3. The little things that some people just don't put into detail about, RPGs. It's the reason why I like playing RPGs a lot. Like I said, the lore. The lore is just as important as playing the game. Because if you know the lore, then, pretty much, if you know the lore, you got it down pat. Like the spells are part of the lore. If you don't know the lore, you should not be playing the game. Because this is what I found. This is what I found funny. After many years that you play a game, you really don't want to say, well, how do you know? At this rate, you don't want to say, well, how do I know? You should already know how to play a game. That's a time, mate. I'm serious. It's like I've read many things on forums sometimes, and there's some people who are just like, well, how do I said, first and foremost, how about you learn how to play the game first instead of asking for advice? They have a tutorial, folks. There's a reason why there's a tutorial. If you had not paid attention to the tutorial on how to do this, you don't belong to play a game of that caliber. I think that's the problem with people now. It's like, how do I... Have you... I don't know. Have you ever considered reading? You know, have you ever considered time into, say, oh, this is how you do this. But people don't want to. But people don't want to take that kind of advice. Like, I'm just being honest. Canada. Okay. And that's what I find funny. It's like, you got your damn nerve throwing a hissy fit just because somebody tells you flat out. Did you happen to look at the tutorial? Did you happen to play the tutorial? Even RPGs give you a tutorial. If you don't feel like going through how it works, you can always read it. Sometimes I just want to shake my head at how silly this generation is. And even what's funnier is that if you were born during the years of the 79, they say you're Gen X, or no, you're a Zennial. So for one, you don't know which is which. Because in one form you might be a millennial. If you were born during the years of the 70s and up until now, you are considered like a Zennial or millennial. But if you were born past like 1997, you're post. See, when I read the news, I want something that has nothing to do with politics, has nothing to do with sports, because it seems like people lose their goddamn minds. I am not lying. It seems like people do lose their goddamn minds every time. If it's not about sports. Then it's about something else. It's about really? Are we just getting out of this place and ambushed by what? These guys? No. Y'all get out. Y'all get out. Y'all get the hell out. Y'all straight up get the hell out. There's a reason why I never look at the news like, you should look at the news. No. I was like, I'm sick of the news. I've always been sick of the news. And Mieu gains love. So we went from freezing cold temperatures to damn near hotness, which is close to California or Florida. Take your pick. And this place we have reached, well, it's called Iridia. The name says so much. One moment. Oh, by the way, there's a reason why you have a monitor. That's the reason. That's the reason why you have a monitor. Just because of that. monitor is always going to be there, and you are on like one of the three worlds. So here you are. Here we are in Aridia. Oh, and the titles I'm going to come up with this. But anyway, I did do a save state off camera. So we need to get to Hazatak. Flail. Flail. Flail, folks. Flail. I'm not going to even say fast travel at this point. Because what's funny here, we're going to get stronger weapons at this rate. The experience is going to be cheap. Okay, you. Okay, first and foremost, dude, Yeah, you hit me, don't hit her. You heal now. You heal now. Not me, you. I tell you, it's like, oh hey, there's a giant here. This is not Tolkien. Don't you think I had enough giants in my life to deal with because of Tolkien? Tolkien puts everything in perspective. I'll tell you, Tolkien puts everything in perspective like, oh hey, there's a... What the hell are you? Give me a moment. I'm going to look at where we need to go. Okay. We just hit south. Just go south until we find a village. That's all. That's why I keep a map up, just because, like, y'all don't know, but only a select few who have ever played this game know that the maps are stupidly big. And the next thing we're going to do is, well, we got ourselves... I'd rather call her a Newman, because that's what she really is. She's not really a cyborg, she's a Newman. Now, that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to go to another shrine. But yet, from what I'm looking at, one moment. So where I'm supposed to go is left and up. No, just we keep going left until we find a stream. Then we go up from there. Because according to the map that I'm looking at, that's where it's supposed to go. So here, and then just go up. And just keep going up until... What the hell are you rappies doing here? Get on out of here! Jeez. And there's the town. And this is Aquatica. The cyborgs of Aquatica rarely get human guests. Well, really, she is a Newman. I don't know why they call her a cyborg. She's really a Newman. So it's only safe to say that since we reached Aquatica in such a short time, I'm just going to downright save. An old crazy cyborg wanders the desert. No, that cyborg has purpose. Find Ren, then go east to fix the weather. Sounds like the weather control needs adjusting. So yeah, our next objective is to go find Ren. The one before number 4. I should say Ren the second. A sword, yeah. An actual sword. No, not a short sword, an actual sword. Okay. Because let's face it, he had a short sword long enough. Time for him to grow up. So for those who don't know, protector, headgear, that is for cyborgs. A bandana and a cape. No, okay. You can't use it. Okay. So finally, Rhys! You have been finally upgraded from short sword to actual sword. Congratulations. So really, really? Okay. So silly, I gotta go all the way to do this. Like, oh hey, here's a cape. Okay, Mieu, can you equip a cape? I'm curious if you can equip a cape. You can't. Okay. Well, that was totally wasteful, but then again, somebody might have use for a cape, so we're gonna keep it around. But anyway, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm stopping right here, and in the next part, we're gonna find Ren. So stay tuned. More of Phantasy Star 3 right after this. Thanks for watching.